Hey everybody, Jerry here, SPY Discipline, Greystone Trading. I'm going to go over a video now of the things that I wait for to make profitable trades. Now, I know that sounds easy. I know that sounds challenging. Most people will lose because they will not wait for confirmations of their trade, and they rush into trades because they see candles doing exotic things, moving up really quickly, moving down really quickly, rejecting levels, things like that. So wait for confirmation and wait for those crystal clear setups to increase that win rate, have a very predetermined risk management system in place, and have a level that you expect price to get to take your profits. If you can do those things, you will become profitable quicker than you think. Now, let me just break down to you what I did on Friday morning of what I did to get into some really good trades that made a lot of money. Now, that being said, guys, every morning before the session starts, I mark out previous day highs and lows. That's the New York session from the day before. I mark out the pre-market highs and lows. That is the London market or UK market. Then I mark out the Asia session, which would be the Tokyo market as well. Then I mark out the previous day opens, the previous day close, etc. And recently, over the last month and a half, I have been marking out the 15-minute orb. I have that with the red line here, and I have it with the green 15 up here. So the orb is the opening range breakout. I am not using that fullest yet. I am still recording these. I am documenting these trades. I am watching that orb and learning from that thing. I am watching the 5-minute orb. I am looking at confirmations of that as well for your entries. And I'm also confirming that here on the 2-minute chart with some simple moving averages to give confirmation of those orb trades. And they are been really, really cool. So anyways, let's dive into what I wait for on trading sessions in the New York. So 9 to 9:30, hard no for me. I do not trade. That is it. I do not do it. I wait to the 9:30 to 10. I do not trade. I am waiting for price to settle in, order blocks to get filled. I'm waiting for it to sweep pre-market highs and lows. I am waiting for it to come into confirmation with previous day highs and lows, aftermarket highs and lows, all those sessions. I'm letting it for it to settle in, grab that liquidity, and give us a very clear and concise movements of what's going to happen. I do trade from 10 to 11, Monday through Friday, live sessions. If you guys like the way that sounds, you want to join, click the link below. You can sign up with that. And then I trade Monday through Thursday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time as well. And we trade the afternoon PM session. So 9 hours a week that we're on live with students, over 2,000 plus members on this thing. Lots of people have changed their lives financially. Huge amounts of monies to make with this. Does not matter the size of the account you have. You can get started with $2,500 and you can make some huge gains if you were just conservative and patient and follow the rules. So guys, let's talk about this. I'm going to just move resistance out of the way. I'm going to move underlying support out of my way. And I'm going to reestablish everything with you guys that I did on Friday afternoon for the trading session. My regular support line is there. Okay, guys. So we come into our trading session right here, 9:55, no trade. 10 o'clock is a news candle. It comes up, it wicks up here, etc. So what I had done was I had marked my support in real time to this level here. And what I had picked about this level was 771.02 it was the bottom of the 1, 2, 3, 4 candles here in the New York session. Pre-market rejects it at 9:15, body touch and closes on it at 8:25, and then a perfect touch at 07:45 in the pre-market. Very, very clear here that this is an important relevant level. However, we had news candles, so I had a resistance line set right in here. Okay, and I was using the top of this green wick, and I was using the bottom of this green wick because that was, to me, that was the most amount of confirmation where this was having a hard time with it as resistance. This was having a hard time with it as support. So I was using that as a level for resistance. However, I was not willing to take that where these previous day high touches and previous day high wicks were. To me, that was a very risky setup. And you can see how SPY closes below it and comes in retest, closes back above it, comes here green, closes above it, and then comes back down. So it was really, really challenging there. So to me, the previous day high, the New York sessions from yesterday, was very, very relevant in our trading on Friday. So for that, I needed clear confirmations above it, clear confirmations below it. However, let's talk about this. So we get this great close here at the 10 o'clock candle. So we enter at 10:05 and it goes right away. It goes like turns to a green trade force and then it starts going against us. And I had a very wide stop in here protecting this upper level in here. So I was using about an 18% stop. I usually use about a 12 to 15% stop just to keep my risk to reward ratios correct. However, when you have to use those wider stops, you can choose to simply not take the trade if that stop out would hurt your account, or you can just use that wider stop and trade the chart that SPY gives you guys. Like, there is nothing wrong with having a wider stop in some instances than others. What is wrong is changing your stop mid-trade and trying to use hope to hold into a bad trade. That's a terrible idea. You want to hope that your winners run, and you want to be fearful when you are in a trade that is going to stop out. You do not want to hope the trade comes back. So flip that mindset a little bit. That'll help you out a bit. And that's also coming from our futures groups that Thomas teaches. He is super, super all about that. That's actually his lingo. I learned that from him. That is not mine. Here, guys, this candle closes. I protect this here. Contracts were moving really weird against us. Not a big deal. We had a plenty wide enough stop protecting this level in this little zone right here. Get that firm candle close. Comes back here, closes weak, and then it comes back up just a little bit, and then it dumps hard. And we were able to capture a 3/4 trade on this, about an 18% trade. We got really good exits, 161 to 179 to 184, and that is a really, really good movement there. And then I got stopped out at my break-even points, which the contracts were moving against us. The candles got us right here, and we weren't able to capture that huge amount down to the pre-market lows, and it never came to test that during our session. So completely okay with that. All part of the game that we play, right? That's why you capture profits and you have a predetermined plan as you enter it. Then, team, I did move resistance back to this level here, right? So super, super easy on this level here. I did not take this candle. I did take this one. Contracts, once again, were moving a little odd for me. So I took this entry. I was looking to go risk-free in this little zone here. I got risk-free up into here, and it came back. I got half off and break even, and I was looking to trade into the bottom of this swing point, protect that previous day high wicks down here. Didn't have to use that quite wide of a stop as I did. I was able to go risk-free on my trade. I did not get huge percentages on that. I was filled around 141. I was trying to get 152 to 153 on that, and I ended up getting like 149. So not a great exit. However, contracts were moving very odd, so I traded the chart in the way the contracts were allowing me to. Then I got stopped at break even, and the trade continued to go up in my favor, which is completely okay. There's plenty of people in our group that got a big, big full move on this, and they were able to capture a lot of money. So all right, guys, that's what I have on the things that I wait for. So I'm waiting every morning for clear confirmation of that. I do not trade through a news candle. And most importantly, you do never, ever force a trade. You make sure that you have enough draw on your call trades to overarching resistance, and on your put trades that you have enough room to underline support and or a session high or low, aftermarket high, aftermarket low, pre-market high, pre-market low, or New York high, New York low. So as long as you have enough draw with clear entries on there, the better off you are, guys. So if you like the way this sounds, click the link below and let's get on to some live trades and make some money, change your lives. I'm out. See you guys next time.